Hey, you. This episode is about to be good. Man, welcome back to another episode of the Ruling Class Podcast. And of course, I'm your host, Didi, back up in this bitch. What another video. And look, yeah, that was something different. I hadn't done that before. I've been working out just a little bit. If I seem a little different, y'all, it's because I have a lot more excitement. Because today's video, this video will be the very first clip of the very first interview that I've done on this page, on this channel, since October of 2021. That's a long time. That's a long freaking time. And when I did that interview, my last interview was with this guy by the name of Jonte Aulson. And for those of you who don't know who that is, he is an arranger. He's a songwriter. A legendary songwriter. He's a music producer who's worked with everybody from the likes of Jermaine Dupri, Mariah Carey, Tyrese. He's worked with Aaliyah. He's worked with Chris Brown, Trey Songz. He's worked with a lot of people, right? He's worked with Ella Mai. He's worked with a lot of people, right? So it was an honor of mine, and that those videos are still on this channel. So I think I'll put the link here to the playlist of the interviews that I had with him. But anyways, today is going to be another interview that I had with this young lady by the name of Tay. You can find her here on Instagram. Here on YouTube by the name of Tay. It's Tay Tay Baby. Her videos are incredible. She has a massive following, well over 225,000 subscribers. And I've been following her channel for a while. Anyways, without getting too much into it and giving too much away, today's video, this clip right here, is going to be her and I discussing what got her into the content that she makes where she's quote unquote exposing women and basically educating us men on a lot of things that women do that a lot of us men didn't know at one point in time.
Daddy's gonna go, but mama's always stay.
Wow. This doesn't even shock me anymore because a lot of women in this generation open up their legs and y'all don't deserve to be mothers. Take it however you want because I feel like you women should be healed before you have children. I feel like there should be an actual psychological test that you guys need to take before having kids because a lot of you women don't deserve to have children. You should never project your insecurities and your ignorant mindset on your kids. When I have a daughter or a son, I'm not going to teach them to hate a certain race, hate a certain gender. Look how ignorant that sounds. Because you hate men, heal from your traumas before you have kids or get into a relationship. A lot of feminists and all these women empowerment, y'all don't get this. When you secretly hate men or, proudly hate men, you internalize that. How can you love a gender you can't stand? Explain that to me. That's why your relationships aren't flourishing because you guys have this dumb mindset. Do better.
So she's telling me a little bit about how she got into it and the recent wave in trends and things and such that you see on social media, how it inspired her. So without further ado, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please make sure that you're still subscribed if you already subscribed to this channel because they will unsubscribe you. Comment on this video, share this video. You know how to do all that good stuff for the YouTube algorithm to help your boy out. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Oh yeah, Didi got a podcast.
So over the last 2 years, I would say, I'm 28, and over the last 2 years, I have been probably somebody that you would consider as naive, and I don't like to consider myself a victim, but when I looked at relationships and I looked at women, I think I was under the assumption, like a lot of other men out there, we just assume certain things about women. Like in this society, I think we are kind of raised and taught to believe that women are innocent and aren't capable of doing certain things just because they're women, right? And it's not that we hate women or anything, but it's the last 2 years, I'm glad that I have been almost red pilled, if you will. I didn't know, I had never heard of that community. So once I started to see things, and I went through a personal experience of mine that I'll get into later, I started to see the world a little bit differently. And I'm glad that I had the experience that I had so that I'm not able to be taken advantage of, so to speak. And I'm able to make smarter decisions going forward. And the guest that I have on my show today, I think, in my opinion, she's the queen of quote unquote exposing or at least shining a light on a lot of topics when it comes to relationships and the nature of women in many different scenarios. And she go by the name of Tay Tay. I'm incredibly honored that she decided to be on my show today. Thank you for being on, Tay.
Thank you for having me. I really, really appreciate that. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
For sure. Tay, you I found your channel probably about, I don't know, man, probably a year ago, maybe a little bit less than a year ago. And I'm just going to be frank with you. It helps when it's an attractive one. It helps when it's a woman, but it helps even more when it's an attractive woman. I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but it helps when it's an attractive woman saying the things that she says about women, because it's unpopular to hear women go in so much on other women, right? A lot of times women are defensive when it comes to hearing backlash or hearing critical things about other women. But you're not like that. So without talking too much about my situation, I'd love to know, what was the moment that you became quote unquote red pilled, if you will?
Thank you. So I personally feel like it started when I was younger. Like I always had this mouth on me, and especially being around certain girls when I was younger, I've always stood out and spoke my mind, and girls never liked that. But I feel like when we were young and naive, we didn't know how to go against that and go against women, because you like friends, you want to be around certain women, things like that. But as I got older, I kind of grew out of that and started being myself. So I got onto TikTok during, I think, last year of quarantine time, and I kept seeing all those videos of I hate men trend, kill all men trend, all those dumb trends that they were having. I'm like, dude, this shit annoying.
We need to kill all men. I am sick of being a baby factory, so the only answer to that is to kill male babies and just kill any man that you see, like, in the streets.
Judging women for a choice that they will never personally have to face is ludicrous. And Brandon, seems like you need a little enlightenment, buddy, so let's go. Did you know that every 10 seconds a report of child abuse is made? And how do you think your stance of forcing children into the world under circumstances in which they are unwanted affects that child?
Hi guys, just a daily reminder that I ain't never seen a man that I need. You're all replaceable. Don't ever get too comfortable and don't ever think otherwise. You're a guest in this household and you can be kicked out just as quickly as you were welcomed in.
I have a whole bunch of brothers, and I obviously do not feel that way. And I'm like, how many girls have been like around men that every situation you're getting over? There's no possible way that can be the case, because I've been around good men. So I decided, I'm gonna start making videos and just talking my shit there, and I did, and it went viral real quick. Now, if you're the type of woman who screams, I'm independent, I don't need a man, all you do is say, I hate all men, I don't want to hear you part your lips to ever say, I want a man who makes 6 figures. I want a man to spoil me. Cállate tu pinche hocico, pendeja. Why the are you literally putting men down, on top of that, asking for a handout from the same gender you're talking down on? What the hell's wrong with y'all? Like, really make it make sense. Now, if you want to complain about chivalry being gone, why men don't hold doors open for women anymore, why men don't do a lot of things anymore, I can see why. Because with the hashtag kill all men and all the stuff that you ladies have been doing lately, I wouldn't hold a door open for any of you bitches. You know what I mean? I'd rather trip you and watch you fall. But hey, that's my opinion. A lot of men in this generation, I feel like, are getting used to getting used and abused, that they're sick of it now. So now they treat you accordingly and you don't like it. So ladies, why don't you redirect the way you guys think and the way you guys act, and maybe your approach with men will be different. And then I got onto YouTube after that. So I've been like this. It's just now I have a mouth on social media for it, and I articulate my words better. And yeah.
So 2020, during the pandemic is when it happened, just 2 years ago? Is that what you said?
Yeah, less than 2 years ago, I think. I was on TikTok for maybe like 2 years, and YouTube is less than a year, man.
Yo, I wasn't expecting. I thought you were gonna say like maybe 4 or 5 years or something like that.
No, but I've always had this thought process. I've always talked like this. It's just I was never a big social media person. I've always, like you said before, I've always been in relationships. I'm a relationship girl. So when I was in relationships, I wasn't posting. I was doing my own thing. This is the first time I've been single for so long. So this is probably why I'm like, doing my purpose, finding myself, doing all that. And this is what I did with it.
So there wasn't a particular video in particular. There wasn't a particular moment. It was just basically the whole trend of the videos you were seeing on TikTok that kind of.
Oh no. If you're talking about red pill in general, the way I feel about women, that started very young. Like, if we want to talk about that, it started very, very young. Like when I was young, I've heard a lot of women say things like, they'll cheat on their man or whatever. Nobody's going to know, or things like that. And you'll be around them. I automatically knew women were something else when I was younger by seeing shit like that. Then having brothers, I would see my brothers get cheated on or being dealt with the situations they have. So it made me look at women differently. So trust me, this red pill shit has been a long time ago. It wasn't called red pill. It's just, seeing reality for what it is. You're not brainwashed by everybody else.
Facts.
Oh yeah, Didi got a podcast.